The year is 2334 BCE, the plain of Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers. Here, in the fertile crescent of the Tigris and Euphrates, civilization blossomed. City-states rose and fell, vying for control of resources and trade. But the world had never seen an empire, a vast dominion ruled by a single power. That is, until the rise of the Akkadians. Led by Sargon the Great, they forged the world's first empire, forever changing the course of human history. Imagine a world without empires. A world of fragmented city-states, each vying for power. This was the world into which Sargon of Akkad was born. But Sargon had a vision of unity, a vision of an empire that would stretch from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea. The Akkadian Empire was more than just a political entity, it was a cultural powerhouse. They pioneered new forms of governance, new military strategies, and new ways of thinking about the world. Their achievements would inspire generations to come, shaping the destiny of empires for millennia. Sargon's origins are shrouded in mystery, his name echoing through the corridors of time. Legend has it that he was a humble cupbearer, a servant in the court of the king of Kish. But Sargon was no ordinary servant. He was ambitious, cunning, and possessed a charisma that could inspire men to follow him to the ends of the earth. One fateful day, Sargon seized his opportunity. He overthrew the king of Kish, usurping the throne and claiming kingship for himself. This act of rebellion sent shockwaves throughout Mesopotamia, for Kish was no ordinary city. It was considered the cradle of civilization, the seat of power in the region. By conquering Kish, Sargon had struck at the very heart of the Mesopotamian world. Sargon was a brilliant military strategist, a master of both tactics and logistics. He needed to build a professional army, a disciplined force loyal only to him. With his newly formed army, Sargon embarked on a series of conquests, sweeping across Mesopotamia like a whirlwind. Sargon's military innovations were not limited to the battlefield. He understood that to maintain his vast empire, he needed to establish a strong central government. One of Sargon's most significant innovations was the creation of a centralized bureaucracy. He appointed governors to rule over the various provinces of his empire, men who were answerable only to him. This system of centralized administration allowed Sargon to maintain control over his vast domain. Sargon also understood the importance of infrastructure. He built roads and canals, linking the far-flung corners of his empire and facilitating trade and communication. These public works projects not only strengthened his grip on power, but also improved the lives of his subjects. To consolidate his power, Sargon implemented a policy of forced relocation. He moved populations from conquered cities to other parts of his empire, breaking up potential centers of resistance. Sargon's military and political innovations laid the foundation for the world's first empire. Section 4. The Akkadian tongue, a language of power and influence. The Akkadian language spread throughout Mesopotamia, becoming the language of diplomacy, trade, and administration. It was a language of power, a symbol of Akkadian dominance. Imagine the bustling marketplaces of Akkad, merchants from all corners of the empire haggling over goods. The Akkadian language became a melting pot of ideas, facilitating the exchange of knowledge and culture throughout the empire. Sargon and his successors understood that a common language would help to unify their diverse empire. Even after the fall of the Akkadian Empire, it continued to be used as a lingua franca for centuries. Section 5. A legacy etched in clay and stone, Akkadian art and architecture. The Akkadians were patrons of the arts, their legacy etched in clay and stone. They built magnificent temples and palaces adorned with intricate carvings and sculptures that testified to their power and sophistication. Imagine the awe-inspiring sight of a ziggurat, a massive stepped pyramid that rose towards the heavens. These monumental structures were not just places of worship, they were symbols of Akkadian power. Akkadian artists excelled in the art of cylinder seal carving, creating miniature masterpieces that depicted scenes of warfare, hunting, and mythology. Their statues of kings and gods, often carved from diorite or alabaster, conveyed a sense of power and authority. Section 6. The Fall of Akkad. A lesson in the fragility of power. The Akkadian Empire, once mighty and invincible, eventually succumbed to the pressures of overexpansion, internal strife, and environmental change. Internal rebellions fueled by resentment towards Akkadian rule and exacerbated by economic hardship weakened the empire from within. The once loyal governors, appointed by Sargon to maintain order in the provinces, began to assert their independence. Nomadic tribes, driven by drought and famine, poured into Mesopotamia from the surrounding deserts. The Akkadian army, once the pride of the empire, was stretched thin, unable to contain the growing unrest. A series of severe droughts struck Mesopotamia, devastating crops and leading to widespread famine.